I adjust the last wedge of aged Gouda on the marble charcuterie board, measuring exactly 1 inch from the edge, and step back to admire the setup. The handwritten labels gleam under the afternoon sun filtering through the floor-to-ceiling windows of my San Diego condo, overlooking the Pacific's restless waves. Sharp Vermont cheddar, velvety camembert, tangy Spanish manchego, each one chosen with the precision of a surgeon. The crystal stemware lines up like soldiers on the sideboard, catching glints of light that dance across the room. Buddy, no countersurfing, I whisper sharply, spotting my golden retriever's nose edging toward the prosciutto platter. He backs off with a guilty huff, his red holiday bandana flopping as he settles at my feet. Willow circles her plush bed in the corner 3 times before curling up, her matching bandana announcing the occasion as loudly as my meticulous preparations. I smooth the linen tablecloth one last time, tweaking the vase of fall chrysanthemums at the center. Everything has to be flawless. My place isn't huge, but every square foot is intentional. Warm oak floors, soft wool throws, accents of sea glass blue and coral that pull the ocean indoors. The doorbell rings, and my gut twists like a wet rag. I square my shoulders, force a smile that feels like cracking plaster, and open the door. Sarah sweeps in like she owns the place, her designer tote swinging from her elbow, eyes raking over my living room as if appraising it for auction. Mike, kids, come on in, she calls over her shoulder. Her husband nods curtly, handing me a bottle of mid-shelf Cabernet with a thin-lipped smile. My nephews, Ethan and Noah, bolt past me straight for the dogs. Easy on Aunt Emily's fur babies. Sarah coos, her tone syrupy sweet but her gaze sharp as a tack. After all, they're basically her kids in this empty nest. I take the wine, my smile holding steady by sheer will. Thanks for making it. Traffic was a nightmare. As always, between after-school pickup and lacrosse practice, we barely had time to freshen up. She trails a manicured finger along my bookshelf, lined with design tomes and fabric samples. Must be nice having all this free time to play pretend homemaker with your pups. Your place always looks like it jumped out of a catalog. The boys are already on the rug, Willow tolerating their pats while Buddy rolls over for belly rubs, showing off his tricks. Down, Buddy, I say softly. Boys, fresh lemonade? I squeezed it this morning. Of course you did, Sarah mutters under her breath. She turns to Mike. Remember when we had time for that kind of nonsense? I retreat to the kitchen, arranging cucumber crostini dusted with fresh dill from my windowsill herbs. The phyllo cup stuffed with herbed goat cheese and fig compote wait on another tray. I've been up since dawn, layering perfection like armor. When I return, Sarah's claimed my favorite armchair, thumbing through her phone. These look fancy, she says, popping a crostini without glancing up. Nice to have time for gourmet experiments when you're not wrangling real kids. Her words land like a slap, but I just top off their glasses, swallowing the burn. Last Christmas replays in my head, the custom wooden puzzle I carved for Ethan over weeks, the intricate playset for Noah's action figures. Sarah barely glanced at them before unveiling pricey gaming tablets that made my gifts look like relics from a thrift store. How's the decorating gig going? Mike asks, trying to defuse the static in the air. Interior design, I correct quietly. Thriving, actually. Just wrapped a historic remodel in La Jolla and landed 2 new contracts last week. Sarah looks up. Emily's out there fiddling with paint chips while the rest of us handle grown-up stuff. She chuckles. But hey, the dogs seem thrilled with her life choices. I think of my LLC papers, my portfolio bursting with transformed spaces, clients who send thank you notes and referrals. But in Sarah's script, I'm the little sister stuck in adolescence, dabbling in colors while she juggles a real family. When you have your own kids someday, you'll get what actual work feels like. Mom had said at our last dinner, patting my hand like I was a child. If they only knew. Sarah lifts her glass. To families, the real ones, and all their glorious mess. My phone buzzes in my pocket. A text from David. Sophie just woke up. Excited to meet you. I check my watch, 6:30 p.m. On the dot. Something inside me uncoils. A quiet resolve hardening. I've swallowed Sarah's barbs for years. Let her frame me as deficient. Incomplete. But tonight. That ends. Excuse me. I say, rising smoothly. Someone at the door. Sarah's brow furrows. You expecting company? I don't reply. Striding to the entry with deliberate calm. David stands there. Sharp in his casual Oxford. Cradling a sleepy 4-year-old with chestnut curls and a smattering of freckles. Sorry we're a tad late. He murmurs. Little one fought her nap hard. Sophie's eyes light up at the sight of me. Arms outstretched. Mama, I scoop her up effortlessly, inhaling her mix of lavender shampoo and faint cookie sweetness. Hey, Peanut. Good dreams? David leans in. His kiss lingering on my lips before he shoulders her overnight bag. I turn back to the living room. Where's Sarah? Mike. And the boys have gone statue still. Faces a mosaic of bewilderment and jolt. Sophie nuzzles my neck, fiddling with my heirloom gold hoops, the ones from Grandma that I never remove. Sarah. Mike. I say evenly. Meet my family. Sarah's wine glass hovers midair, her mouth working soundlessly before sound escapes. You have a kid? She squeaks. Pitch climbing. I shift Sophie on my hip, her tiny fingers still toying with the earring. David and I have been together 2 years. This is Sophie. David steps up, offering Mike a firm handshake. David Harlan. Apologies for the delay, nap negotiations. Mike snaps out of it first, gripping back. No worries. Mike here. Those are our boys, Ethan and Noah. Currently dog wrangling. The kids perk up at their names. Ethan squints. Who's she? Sophie. I say, setting her down gently. She's 4. Sophie. Your cousins. She peeks from behind my leg, then points down the hall. Can I show them my toys? The boys glance at Sarah, who nods like a puppet. Still reeling. I watch her eyes track David's easy navigation of my space, dropping the bag, pouring wine without asking directions. Your toys are in the chest in your room. Peanut. I tell Sophie. And the 3 kids vanish down the hall. Buddy and Willow trotting after with clicking nails. David hands me a glass, leaning on the counter. That Harlan bid came through. They ate up your eco-friendly nursery ideas. Great. I reply, a real smile breaking through despite the charged air. I figured the reclaimed oak might sticker shock them. Mike clears his throat. You 2 work together? Not formally. David says. I head Harlan Construction. We team up on jobs sometimes. That's how we met. Actually, I recall that first clash at the Sustainable Build Expo. He dismissed my bamboo flooring pitch as pie in the sky. I'd called him narrow-minded. Coffee turned into dinner. Sparks into something solid as night deepened. Emily. A word in the kitchen? Sarah's voice slices in. Her smile stretched thin as she sets down her glass. I follow, feeling David's steady gaze like a lifeline. Alone. She wails on me. 2 years? You've been playing stepmom to some guy's kid for 2 years and kept it zipped? How could you hide this? I measure my words, hands steady as I plate more appetizers. Every chat. You make it crystal clear my life's a joke. My career's fiddling with swatches. My home's an empty nest. My dogs are kid stand-ins. Her cheeks flame. I never, last Thanksgiving. You told Mom I was dodging real duties. Christmas. You wondered if I'd ever grow up and start a family. 3 months back. You called me too self-absorbed for motherhood. Each jab lands, rippling the air like skipped stones. I'm calm, almost detached, as pent-up hurt finally breathes. David's ex bailed when Sophie was 18 months. Continued the blame game with his in-laws, too work-obsessed, not present enough. When we started, he was still scarred from that scrutiny. Sarah slumps against the counter. So you assumed we'd pile on too? You'd already judged me. We built this without your scorecard hovering. In those early days, I'd questioned if I could handle it, stepping into a prefab family, loving a kid who might one day shove me out. But we forged it privately, Sunday waffles, story hours, park escapades, shielded from outside verdicts. I don't need your stamp to be whole. Sarah. Her eyes widen at the raw truth. Something fractures in her face. Her perfect sister facade cracking. Kids' laughter echoes from the hall. We rejoin the group as Sophie parades back with her cousins, clutching a wooden train car. This is my sometimes room, she tells them, gesturing wildly. And my drawing on the fridge. And my books by Willow's bed. Ethan nods, impressed. Your own room? Awesome. I catch Mike arching a brow at David, who smiles faintly. Your sister's got killer taste. David murmurs to Mike, planning to make it official soon. He pats his pocket tellingly. Mike's surprise melts into a grin. Clinking glasses silently. I pull my leather photo album from the shelf, the one Sarah's never bothered with. Inside, Sophie's daycare, graduation, me kneeling with her dandelion bouquet. Us three at the apple orchard last fall. Faces tiger-striped. Christmas chaos. Sophie on my lap in matching PJs, ripping paper while David snaps pics. A hidden life in full color. Sarah pages through slowly, fingers lingering on birthday bashes. Zoo outings. Beach days, me utterly at ease as Mama M. I had no clue. She breathes, more to herself. Her unease screams. She'd been so sure of my flaws. She never imagined I'd crafted perfection without her input. Sophie tugs my leg. Pancakes tomorrow? You bet. With blueberry smiles. And can Buddy and Willow crash in my room? We'll see. David chimes in. Our eyes meeting in that parental shorthand. Sarah watches, absorbing what she's overlooked. 2 months on. Ethan's birthday sprawls across Sarah's suburban backyard like a Pinterest board exploded, streamers swirling from the gazebo. Balloon arches. A superhero cake towering over gifts. I shift the custom wooden labyrinth puzzle under my arm, salvaged birch. Hand-etched pieces that ate 3 weekends. Emily. Sarah waves from the grill. Her smile overly bright. Right on time, the scavenger hunt's about to kick off. Her tones a forced cheer. Post-reveal interactions now a tightrope walk. Her old certainties swapped for awkward probes. I weave through neighbor clusters. Yard looks stellar. Thanks, nothing like what you'd whip up. I'm sure. She fidgets with her apron. Ethan's been buzzing about Aunt Emily all morning. The strained ease lingers. I place the gift, noting her curious glance. You make that? Yeah. Scraps from that La Jolla colonial flip. Dad claps my shoulder. There's my design whiz. Show me those Sophie pics you teased. The ask floors me for years. Parents grilled me on 401k, and insurance. Never prying into personal wins. Now my phone's a gateway to their grandkid, Dad swiping through sandbox snaps and baking fails with glee. Check those freckles. Karen, he beckons Mom. Pure Emily vibes. Mom squints at a flower-dusted Sophie. Spirited one. You sure you're up for this commitment? Han? Kids crave routine. And there's the dig. Veiled concern. Sophie's got rock-solid stability, David, and I've been her constance for 2 years. Of course. Mom backpedals. Just saying. New relationships. 2 years ain't new. Mom. Dad intervenes. Your mom's just fretting 'cause we care. What if it tanks? You're not legally tied to that girl. Outsiders might call it sensible. But the undertone's clear, unlike Sarah's cookie-cutter clan. Mine's on trial. Provisional. Ethan's cape-fluttering hug saves me. Aunt Em. Bring Buddy and Willow? Not today. Champ, they're at doggy daycare. Like my playdate? He grins. Then whispers. Special gift? Maybe a one-of-a-kind maze. He bolts to the table. Phone buzz. David's Sophie up. En route in 20. Dress mandatory. I pocket it smiling as a voice calls. Jenna. My college bestie. Hugs me with hubby Ryan in tow. Parked behind Carlos and Mia. My crew's here, the ones in the know from day one. Who cover kid duty during client crises. Host our brunch rituals. Ryan baked Sophie's fave lemon bars. Jenna says loudly. Where's my bonus kid? Napping, David's bringing her. Sarah stiffens mid-chat nearby. Head cocked our way. The effortless family nods. So alien to her. Ripple out. Carlos. My biz partner. Joins with a cocktail. Henderson deal sealed. Sophie's doodles still grace the boardroom. Clients rave about her palettes. Inherited from M. Mia adds. Remember her input on the Del Mar coastal revamp? Kids got vision. Sarah edges closer. Glass gripped tight. Sophie hits your office? Carlos beams. Weekly. Mini desk in M suite. Knows fabrics better than interns. The blow registers on Sarah's face. I'm not faking family, it's woven in. Sans her seal. More arrivals, swirl chats. Kids splash in sprinklers on the warm day. Sarah's gaze tracks me, noting the seamless bonds with folks who've seen what she hasn't. The gate creaks, conversations halt. David enters. Sophie's hand in his. She's in the sundress I stitched last week. Bows from remnant scraps. Sorry for the tardy. He announces. Sketchbook demanded inclusion. Sophie spots me. Sprinting across grass. Pad clutched. Mommy. See Mason's gift. Mommy. The word. Dropped first in family earshot. Freezes the yard. Parents gape. Sarah's wine teeters. But I focus on Sophie. Kneeling for her hug and the crayon chaos of Ethan amid caped figures. Stunning. Peanut, he'll adore it. David kneels too. Hand on mine. Studying on turf. Had a speech ready. He says soft. But you too. He fishes a velvet box, revealing an antique emerald ring. Light sparking off emeralds and diamonds. Emily Lawson. Marry us? Tears sting. Through blur. Compartments fuse. Yes. I choke out. To you both. Cheers erupt. My friend's leading. Sophie bounces. Mommy said yes. Amid hoopla. Sarah's face wars, joy clashing with appended worldview. She toasts faintly. Conceding. Parents swarm David. Dad pumping hands as Mom inspects the ring. Heirloom? Grandma's. David nods. Knew it'd find its match. Ethan and Noah shove through. Ellie's our cousin now? Pretty much. I say. Bonds clicking live. As festivities pivot. Sophie yanks my hand. Treats for Buddy and Willow home? They celebrate too? Sure thing. Our pack celebrates united. A week later. Tuesday doorbell at 8:30 a.m. Jars me. Mug mid-sip. Dogs charge barking. No drop-ins this early unannounced. Peephole, Sarah. Clutching purse. Staring at shoes. She looks drunk. Posture gone. Coming. I call. Smoothing PJs. Opening. Her mascara runs speak volumes. Can I? Voice cracks. I step aside wordless. Buddy sniffs. Willow hangs back. Tail tentative. Sarah ignores. Beelining to island. Rigid. You probably want nothing from me post-party. Yet here you are. I slide her coffee. She grips, but doesn't sip. Saw a shrink last week. In our clan. Therapies for weaklings. I wait. After Noah. I couldn't. Fingers shake. Doc said PPD. But Mom preached buck up, so I did. Pieces click, her over-the-top parenting. Insta-perfect posts. My constant takedowns. Been furious watching your serene setup. Eyes scan Herb's. Tidy toys. Thought you cheated the system. Sarah. No, let me. Shoulders square. My house-playing digs? Terror you'd cracked what I couldn't. Then David and Sophie drop, happy family I missed. Happier than mine despite my grind for perfection. Tears streak. Shrink says I've projected insecurities on you forever. I pass a tissue. Fingers grazing. Sorry you've hurt. Don't, I've been bile. Kitchen quiet save Willow's clicks settling under table. I see her anew. Won't fake your stabs didn't scar. I say. But I get it now. She nods. Tension easing. Wedding when? 3 weeks Saturday, parents' yard. Low-key. Low-key. She snorts wetly. From the shed to studio queen. No Barb. Just props. David and I want simple for Sophie. Can I pitch in? Flowers, Mike's aunt's wholesale hook. Offer tentative. Hopeful. That'd rock. Sophie digs wildflowers. Unstructured. She absorbs. Not judges. Deal. Days later. David and I fan linen swatches on the table as Sophie herds ceramic critters. This for runners? I lift coral weave. With these napkins. Matches your pillows. David notes. Consistency queen. Sparkly. Sophie points to joke sequins. For flower girl? David scoops her. Fitting soon. And dogs? Vests matching linens. Tailored. Of course. David grins. Kissing my temple. Doorbell, Sophie dashes. David trailing. Cake samples. Ethan booms. Box balanced. Sarah hovers in doorway. Not intruding? Boys begged bakery run, slot opened. Clock check, she texted ahead. On time. Huge. Perfect, we're on pallets. Noah peeks. Dog play? Basket by couch. Boys bolt with dogs. Sarah unboxes. Eyes scanning plan sans sneer real curiosity. Gorgeous. M. Soft. Unqualified. Catches me. I meet her gaze, respect glimmers. David squeezes my waist. Told ya. Sarah smiles. High time someone did. The wedding? Intimate perfection. Just essentials. A year on. Adoption packet weighs like lead, 38 pages probing my Sophie bond. Fitness. I fan them on design desk. Uncapping pen. Coffee? David sets mug. Aroma grounding as sun streams. Thanks. Section 4 done? Financials squared. Dog sense unease, buddy chin on knee. Willow circling feet. What if they dig up dirt? I whisper. What if I'm lacking? You're her mom. He affirms. Hand stilling my tap. Paperwork's lagging reality. Last week's home study scraped me bare, stranger probing closets. Sophie's space. Our ethos. Kind but probing. Note stacking. Doorbell, buddy alerts. Mom with Sophie. David heads off. Sophie bursts. Mama M. Tooth out at Grands. Hug absorbs her apple strawberry scent. Tooth fairies OT tonight. Told Gran you're my forever mom, legal forever. Throat clots. Plan is. His mom waves, angel all weekend. They exit for cones. I pour memories, Sunflower planting. Waffle rights. Nightmare holds. Ink maps our tie. 3 weeks. Certified mail hits. Lawyer's seal, I freeze. Envelope mocks from counter while I reorder linens. Vacuum nooks. David home. Finds me staring. Together. He slits, face falls. Visitation push. Rebecca wants Sophie time. Room spins. Gone 4 years, no cards. Complicates but doesn't halt. He reads. 30-day response. Post-bedtime. Patio blanket despite mild night. Adoption foggy now. What if she reclaims? What if Sophie picks blood mom? You're real and counts that count. Bio birthed, you homemake. Word salve. Fear lingers. We tell Sophie honest, best route. Courthouse 6 weeks later, stone echoes. My suit prim maternal. David's grip pulses mine. Lawyer, Rebecca's here. Let me talk. Seeing her thinner. Cropped hair. But Sophie's eyes, air punches out. She nods stiff. Proceedings, welfare queries. Stability debates. Permanence. I fact speak. Emotions leashed. Door opens, Sarah slips in back. Uninvited. Judge seeks witnesses. Sarah rises. Honor. I'm Emily's sister. Watched her mom Sophie, natural as breath. Details Easters. Boo-boos. Sophie seeking me first. Emily's Sophie's born mom. She raps. Love trumps bio. Judge notes. Pensive. Petition best for child, proceed to final. Bio mom supervised visits quarterly. Hallway. Rebecca confronts. She looks content. Good work. Gone before reply. Sarah near shy. Okay, called your lawyer. You vouched after all. Shrugs embarrassed. You're ace, mom. Better than I credited. Evening text, fam dinner Saturday, my cook. No buts. David chuckles over shoulder. Same sis who mocked our playhouse? Follow-up PS. Wrong about you. Sorry. Folks evolve. I say. Eyeing Sophie dog puzzle sprawl. Families too. Fear eases not vanished, but dwarfed by budding strength. A year hence. Lemonade tray weaves kid tag chaos in our yard. Sun prisms dance. Aunt M. Noah zips past with Willow chasing. Popsicles post? Ask mom. I set tray by Sarah. Swatching for Florida rental. Coastal blue nails the light. She nods. Trust your call. Who'd guess joint bakis after our mess? Years remade more than my pregnancy swollen frame. 7 months. Biz booms with kid-proof design wing. Client waitlist for chic yet sturdy spaces. David plates grilled veg, new FlexGed promo, lets him snag school runs thrice weekly. Ladies. He bows. Kissing my crown. Caveman conquered fire. So primal. Sarah ribs. At ease in our mesh. Yard over. Sophie directs cousins. 5-year poise of belonging. Mama, showing fairy houses like ours. Fab. Peanut. Tom nears plates. Nephew kicking? Soccer drills. Dogs patrol. Bandanas crisp. They flex to growth. Buddy's still my bedside guard. Never thought I'd admit. Sarah whispers. Kid watching. Learned more motherhood from you this year than books. Stuns me. Hand squeeze. Thanks backing adoption. Testimony meant worlds. Fam ain't molds, it's love. You schooled me. David grills. Pride beaming, he knows when to let me steer kin waters. Twilight. Parents tote dessert. Dad joins kid games, mom fusses my seat like Grand-to-be. Stars out. David refills lemonade. Ice tinkling. Sophie curls swing side. Patting belly. Story. Mama? Baby needs princess garden. Hand on swell, brother stirs to her voice. Kitchen glow silhouettes are sprawl. This life's my exact dream, I murmur to David. Built brick by brick. Like gardens. Our fam blooms wild. Wondrous.